Hey everyone, happy 4th of July weekend, and right before we head out for this long 3-day weekend, we're going to bring to you guys this beautiful 1969 Camaro RS Z28 Tribute. Fantastic looking car, done in tuxedo black with those white Z28 stripes, riding on a brand new set of American Racing torque thrust rims, good radial tires, front spoiler, rear spoiler, and just a fantastic car, guys. With this car comes a lot of documentation. We have receipts and stuff on the engine build. We have a bunch of other receipts, and you'll see that on our website, coyoteclassics.com. I went ahead and took some pictures of that. This motor was done here in the last, I think, 2018, probably around 400 horsepower in this 350. It's got headers, just a built motor that sounds great and performs very well. If you look at the quality of the build, I mean, every piece of this car was taken apart when it was painted. The subframe's all been painted, inner fenders, the side lip of the fenders, radiator support. It's got a nice aluminum radiator, nice fan shroud. The windshield washer stuff's all hooked up, power disc brakes in the front, power steering. Got that nice cowl hood that surrounds that Alderbrock air breather. Best of all, hideaway headlights. RS package in the back as well. If you guys like this car, but you want a real deal, we're trading for one here hopefully next week. A blue and white one. That's a real deal Z28 RS. One thing the car could have that I would do a little different is I'd go ahead and put tailpipes on it. The pipes are just end behind the rear axle, but this thing sounds awesome. If you look up and down the sides, I'll tell you what, it's super straight. The black car shows everything. It's got a nice stance on the wheels too. When it came in, the back tires I thought were a little big. We went ahead and put some 235s on the back. Had like 255, 70s or something crazy like that. So it's got a really nice stance on it now.
That thing sounds really mean too.
It does. I was just telling them that, you know, if it was mine, I was going to keep it. I'd go ahead and put some nice tailpipes on it. That's all it needs. The rest of the exhaust is good. Again, go to our website, coyoteclassics.com. Check out those undercarriage photos. There's probably 15 or 20 of them on there. Just shows how solid the car is and how nice the front suspension and everything is done. It's got some nice 6x9s in it. Nicely done. The back shelf's nice. The top of the back seat with that houndstooth interior looks good. Now this paint job was done in 2006, so we're looking about 15 years ago. All in general, it's got a couple little flaws I'll point out, but for the most part, it's just a great paint job still. It has one little tiny little speck here, right up above the quarter. It has a little blister right here at the very bottom edge of that door, but I want to show you on the inside of these doors, guys. I mean, so it's nothing to be concerned about. Look at the inside of it. I mean, rust-free, original, no putty, nothing in there. There's your bottom of the door too. So I'm not quite sure why you have that little tiny little bubble there, but nothing to be concerned about going all the way through.
Did notice just a little scratch right there.
Good eye, yeah. Right there. Again, but for a 15-year-old paint job, this car as a whole looks awesome, don't it? Mm-hmm. Back of the hood sits down just a little bit, but I guess it's better than sitting up. Top of the cowl matches the top of the fender, top of the door really nicely. Bottom of the fender is great. I love the wheel well trim, rocker molding. We kind of got to the door jamb, and the door jamb paint is just as nice as the rest of the paint. You can tell the whole car, the whole body was painted completely apart and bolted all back together.
I love the houndstooth interior.
I always love that. Yeah, it's a great option.
And it goes great with, you know, the black and white exterior.
It's probably the best color combination of a Camaro. I think pretty much everyone would agree to that with the houndstooth. Tuxedo black and tuxedo black, huh? Doll, would you turn the dome light, open that door, see if that dome light's gonna work? Yeah, dome light works for the driver's side, guys, just not the passenger side when you open it up. Back seats perfect, very nice. Door panels are excellent. Front seats are great. You know, all along the cords here are nice. This shifter boot, this Hurst boot has a cut in it right here. The rest of the Hurst shifter is great. It's got a comp tack, aftermarket gauges. Heater fan works, which is unbelievable. The horn and wipers right now are not working. AM/FM Chevy cassette works. I love the rosewood steering wheel and the rosewood on the dash. It looks fantastic around, just beautiful dash on this car. It's got 61,680 miles. Gas gauge works perfectly, top of the dash, and the painted part of the dash is excellent as well. Rear view mirror is nice and tight, visors are tight, headliner is nice, and it also has the above holders here. So all in all, guys, just a fantastic car all the way around. Out of all the cars we got in our lot, D, this is one that people would probably just flock to. I mean, if we had everything lined up outside,
yeah,
it is sharp.
And 69 Camaros, you know, that's people's favorite. Yeah.
And check out the raised white letters with the BFGs, with the houndstooth, with the white. I mean, everything with the Z28 emblems, the front and rear.
Kind of pairs.
Everything goes together, yeah. It's got the RS reverse lights here as well. So, I mean, they didn't just go ahead and put the emblems on. They went ahead and did the whole thing with the hideaway headlights and the reverse lights. Maybe a tiny, tiny little chip right here, just with a little bit of buffing compound in it. The back of the trunk locks up. It goes up nice here. The line's good there. As far as on our quarter, seams up in here are in excellent shape. So is the roof. Roof's got a couple little solvent pops. There's a little patch of them right there, and just two little tiny ones there. But overall, that's in good shape as well. Driver's side door looks great. Again, just a little bit of bubble right here, tiny one. Other than that, in front of the rear quarter is great. The whole bottom of the door is good. And a little bit of solvent pop right there at the front edge of the door as well. But again, 15 years on the paint, so this car was driven. Again, rust-free driver's door. Door jamb here is nice. Seat's excellent. It's just where it comes in right here. Could use a little stitch. It just came loose, just maybe a little bit right there. It's not a hole or anything, just where it wraps around. And tilt wheel. So tilt wheel, factory tilt wheel in a Camaro is an awesome option, you know, for us bigger guys to get in here.
This is a fun muscle car to drive too. Remember when I came in, we took it for a spin and it hauls ass.
Sounds good. So our tachometer works. I mentioned our horn and our wipers aren't working right now. And one other thing, guys, the speedometer's bouncing a little bit. And I know it's had a new cable, so it's hard to say. It could be in the head or just a little dry.
Whole car.
Heater works. They got an auxiliary plug over here, which I like. You can charge your cell phone and stuff right over here. E-brakes all functional. It's got front speakers and back speakers. And power steering. So many of them don't have it. So you got power steering in this $400 rosewood steering wheel.
And power front disc brakes.
Yeah, it's a cool ass car. I mean,
it's a driver. You know, it's something that you want to get in and have some fun with.
oh yeah,
But yeah, take to a local car show and do awesome.
In the last 15 years, I mean, it's been to tons of shows. I mean, I know the previous owner that had the car built in 2006. Dave's a good friend of mine. He had this car built in 2006, had it for a couple years, resold it, and then bought it back here about 3 years ago. Very cool. So it's kind of a cool story. So when Dave had this car in 2006, the motor was all complete, a 383 stroker was put in it. And then when this guy bought it, he had it for a while, and in 2018 he went ahead and put a brand, had grommet back so Mason City, do a whole nother motor. So spent about $5,000–6,000.
pretty fun. That's what you want a Camaro to do right there. No, that's a muscle car.
Neat car, guys. So this car is not only freaking drop dead beautiful, the inside's awesome, comfortable, tilt wheel, tons of fun, a great high RPM revving car, nice 4-speed.
Yeah, I'd rather have this
24 speed.
in this car. I'd rather have that 350 than a
look
big
at
class.
this.
You can get on it a little.
I mean, just going straight down the road. Here's a brake, Steve. Stops nice and straight. We're just kind of going around a curve, I guess, but fantastic car. Engine sounds good, exhaust sounds good. This thing freaking belongs in one of those old movies, man. It's ready to go.
That is, it's a fast car. I mean, it's a muscle car all through.
Kind of reminds me of like Fast and the Furious, 4 or 5 when they had that Z28 Camaro racing the Challenger.
Pink slips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched that movie the other night.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
That's this car. I mean, it just sounds like it. You know, not a real deal 302, but this thing hauls ass just like one.
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out on the website, coyoteclassics.com. You could be the next one to spill some tires from the '69 Camaro.